Today I'm going to tell you 6 easy ways to make people like you. You can use these tips to gain new friends as well. Let's start! Number 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming genuinely interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people to be interested in you. We see so many people trying to get others to be interested in them, but that's just not gonna work because people are not interested in other people. They are interested in themselves. That's basic human nature. If you disagree with this, let me ask you something. When you see a group photograph that you are in, whose picture do you look for first? Yep. See what I mean? If we merely try to impress people and get people to be interested in us, we will never have many sincere friends, because real friends are not made that way. So you have to become genuinely interested in other people in order to get them to like you. Number 2. Smile. The expression you wear on your face is far more important than the clothes you wear on your back. That's why your smile is worth more than the fancy things you're wearing. I'm talking about a real smile here, a heartwarming smile, a smile that comes from within, not an insincere grin like, is that? Well, I want to smile, but I just don't feel like smiling because I'm not happy right now. Then force yourself to smile. Think about good things and hum a tune or sing a song that you love. Act as if you are already happy, and that will tend to make you happy. It isn't what you are or who you are or where you are or what you are doing that make you happy or unhappy. It's what you think about it. Like Shakespeare once said, there's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Have you heard of a poem that goes like this? Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. Well, it's true. I've seen this work myself. I once tried smiling to everyone I met during my morning jog, and everyone, including the grumpiest old man in the park, smiled back at me. Because believe it or not, smiling is infectious. So remember the next time someone opens a door for you, smile at them and say thank you. When you're paying for your groceries at the cash register, don't forget to smile at the cashier. A simple, genuine smile makes the world go round. Number 3. Remember people's name. A person's name is to that person the sweetest and the most important sound in any language. Most people don't remember names for the reason that they don't take the time and energy necessary to concentrate and repeat and fix names in their minds. They make excuses for themselves that they are too busy. But if a very busy man like Franklin D. Roosevelt can remember the name of the mechanic that once worked for him, why can't you do the same? Are you really too busy to remember people's names? Or are you just making excuses because you can't be bothered to learn about people's names? Half the time we are introduced to a stranger, we chat for a few minutes but can't even remember his or her name by the time we say goodbye. We are often too busy thinking about what we should say that we forget about the most important thing when meeting new people, which is to remember their names. One tip I got from Napoleon III in remembering people's names is, if you don't hear the name distinctly, you can just ask, "I'm sorry, but I didn't get your name clearly." And if it was an unusual name, you can just ask, "How is it spelled?" During your conversation with that person, try repeating his or her name several times and try associating it in your mind with their features, expression, and general appearances. That way, you'll be able to remember his or her name long after the conversation is over. Number 4. Be a good listener and encourage others to talk about themselves. To me, this is the most crucial part out of the 6. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, yet people still talk way more than they listen. Oftentimes when we talk to other people, we don't seek for advice, we just want listeners. And for me, it's very rare to find people who are willing to listen to us without interrupting and getting distracted by other things while we are talking to them. I find it very aggravating whenever I see someone trying to talk to another person, yet that person is busy playing with his or her gadget while pretending to be listening. It's very obnoxious, yet it is something that we often see in our everyday lives, especially now that gadgets and social medias are practically everywhere. I'm sure you've all been in this situation before. Perhaps you're the one who's not being listened to. Perhaps you're the one who's not listening. Or perhaps you are both. Either way, it's not a pleasant thing to experience. I'm not an outgoing person and I'm actually very quiet in social situations. But I have a lot of friends who enjoy hanging out with me. Why? Because I always listen to them intently with genuine interest whenever they talk to me. My friends like spending time with me not because I'm the life of a party, but because I'm a good listener. It seems like a trivial thing, but it is way bigger than we think. I don't know if you guys notice this or not, but at the end of my videos, I usually ask you guys one question. I don't do that just for formality, but because I genuinely want to know more about you guys. Because I feel like you guys have been kind enough to listen to me throughout the video. Therefore, I want to listen to you guys as well in return. It may be a small unnoticeable thing, but it is actually what keeps this community going and keeps the viewers engaged. I think one of the reasons why PewDiePie is the most successful YouTuber is because he is very interactive. If you watch his videos, which I'm sure you do, you'll probably notice that during the game he would ask us questions like, I don't know, what do you bros think? And during the loading screen, he would ask, so, tell me about your day. And those things make us feel important. They make us feel as if we are actually hanging out with him, even though we know that he can't really hear what we are saying off screen, but still, they make us feel closer to him as if we are actually friends. So anyway, if you want to make people hate you, just do these following things. Never listen to anyone for long. Always talk about yourself. Don't wait for the other person to finish talking, just bust right in and interrupt them in the middle of their sentences. Always bend the topic so you can start talking about yourself again, even though it's the other person's turn to talk. Sounds ridiculous? Hell yeah, but guess what? Many people that I've met are like that, and they don't even realize that they are behaving like that, which is pretty sad. So if you want to be a good conversationalist, be a good listener. If you want to be interesting, be interested. Ask questions that the other person will enjoy answering. Encourage them to talk about themselves and their accomplishment. Remember that the people you are talking to are 100 times more interested in themselves and their problems than they are in you and your problems. Think about that the next time you start a conversation. Number 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Find out about the things that this person is interested in and bring those things up during your conversation with them. If that person is interested in classical piano, talk to them about their favorite classical pieces. If that person is interested in reading, talk to them about books. If that person is interested in anime, talk to them about their favorite anime series. But if you keep talking about the other person's interests and pretend to have the same interests as them, doesn't that make you fake? Well, I never said anything about pretending. You don't have to like the same things as the other person. You just have to be caring enough to find out about what they like and be genuinely interested in what they have to say. I'm a dog person who dislikes cats, and there's this friend of mine who loves cats to death. And whenever I talk to her, I like to bring up the cat topic every once in a while because I know that she loves cats. Does that mean I'm being fake and pretending to like cats? No. Should I just tell her to piss off and start talking about dogs instead? No. What's the point in that? We can't make other people interested in us if we're not interested in them. And we don't necessarily have to like the topic of the conversation to have a good conversation. Remember point 1 and 4. We just have to be genuinely interested in other people and be a good listener. And finally, number 6 is make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. William James said that the deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. We all want the approval of those we come in contact with. We all want recognition of our true worth. We want a feeling that we are important. We don't want to listen to cheap flattery. What we want is sincere appreciation. Therefore, we must follow this golden rule quoted from the Bible, which is, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. One example of making the other person feel important is, let's say you order some French fries at a restaurant, but then the waitress brings you some mashed potatoes instead. What you should say to her is, I'm sorry to trouble you, but I prefer French fries. And she will most likely reply with, oh, it's no trouble at all. And she will be glad to change the potatoes because you have shown respect to her. Remember to use phrases like, I'm sorry to trouble you, or would you please, or would you be so kind to, in your everyday life. Small courtesies like those will make people feel appreciated. The life of a person could probably be changed if only someone would make him feel important. Imagine what would have happened if Hitler had felt appreciated and felt important during his childhood. The truth is, almost all the people you meet feel themselves superior to you in some way. And by letting them realize that you recognize their importance sincerely, you'll win their hearts for sure. Okay, so those were all the tips I could share with you guys today. All of them are from this book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You should definitely check this book out if you haven't already. Now, as always, I have a question for you guys. What type of social behavior do you want to change about yourself? And what do you think you should do to change it? For me, I have a bad habit of being too direct and frank about many things that I often hurt people because of it. And I'm trying to change myself by stopping and thinking before I say things so I wouldn't end up hurting people because of my bluntness. So that's all from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you for those of you who have subscribed to me. If you haven't, then please be sure to click on the shiny subscribe button below. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends if you enjoyed watching it, and I will see you on my next one. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye.